Hello everyone, Sandrak here. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you why I think it is going to be very likely that Baal, the electoral icon, will be rated up in the next patch. And if that turns out to be true, then why you should be definitely saving your Primogems instead of pulling on Ayaka and Yoimiya. Now of course, for those of you that have already pulled all out on Ayaka, it is probably too late to tell you this, and I'm sure that MiHoYo specifically waited for people like you to specifically pull on Ayaka first before they release the official art for Baal, Sarah, and Kokomi. So in this case, you already got your Primogems out there, so you have to stock up more. However, if you're in such a situation, I would say do not worry, because 1.8 or in this case 2.1 will come with a ton of Primogems. So see how much you can get up first, and if it's not enough, do evaluate at your own risk. If you want to, if you want to top up a little bit, then that's your own personal choice. But I would say definitely save up everything from now on and wait until 2.1 and see how much Primogem you can get by the end of Baal's banner. Now of course, we don't know if she's even coming 2.1, but this video will be focused on why she is very likely to be coming on 2.1. So the main reason I am saying this is because if you aren't aware already, Genshin earlier this morning released 3 images of the official art of Kokomi, Baal, and Sarah. Now of course, if you haven't checked out my my video from a while back regarding why I know that Sarah is a 4-star and Kokomi might be a 5-star, then at this point it's already kind of confirmed that Kokomi is going to be a 5-star. Essentially, the reason why I was able to tell Sarah is a 4-star was because the list of CVs listed under the Chinese stream. What they normally do back in 1.1 is they listed all the 5-star CVs first, followed by the 4-star CVs. Same case happened there, except Kokomi was between, I believe, Sayu and Yoimiya, so it was kind of hard to tell whether she's a 5-star or 4-star. However, now that Sarah is a 4-star and Baal is a 5-star, then it makes sense that Kokomi is also going to be another 5-star coming in patch 2.1 very likely. So originally, the idea that Baal was going to wait another patch was because 2.1 was going to be a very heavy Leah focused patch. At least that was originally what everyone else was saying. I mean, I was saying that as well. However, it looks like MiHoYo is going to challenge this by still bringing in the Moon Chase Festival and the 1-year anniversary doing 2.1. However, I believe they do not want to, the speed they're going with, they do not want to leave a completely patch down just because it has to be a Leah focused patch. So of course, the Moon Chase will still happen. There will still be a Leah focused section of the patch. However, the main story questline, the exploration with Inazuma, and then the very likely opening of Watatsumi Island, all of these will just continue as normal. Like on the 1-year anniversary, the moon chase will happen like on top of that in a sense. So I want to be listing out the main reason why I think Baal will be rated up next patch. Of course, the main reason I'm saying this is because her art just came out. When's the last time 3 people's art just came out? Ayaka, Yoimiya, and Sayu, and they're getting up this patch. So it makes sense that they are kind of just leaking their own stuff by creating the hype right now, so that people know that Baal and Kokomi and Sarah will be coming next patch. Now of course, what's going to happen with Yoimiya's banner rates? Yoimiya's banner rates are probably going to be dropping. However, I think at this point they probably don't care about that already. Like Baal's banner rates, of course, is going to be one of the highest given how well Zhongli Venti did both in the original and the rerun. Even in the case that Zhongli was completely garbage and unplayable, other than Shielder when he was first released, his banner sales were still pretty good. So Baal's banner sale is definitely going to be good, and Kokomi along with Sarah should be able to do another pretty good banner sale as well. So I think that at this point, MiHoYo probably is accepting the fact that Yoimiya is already a sunken cost, because all the beta people was leaking her power level was not as strong as Hu Tao, so there was not much reason to pull for her. Of course, if you like Yoimiya, I mean, by all means still go for Yoimiya. However, what I'm generally trying to say here is that Yoimiya's banner sale will probably be like what happened with Kazuha. So she will still be a solid character and the sale will still be somewhat okay. However, it won't be very big compared to like what happened with Ayaka, what happened with Zhongli and Venti's rerun and banners like that. The second reason I believe why Baal will be rated up next patch was because they already revealed her this patch. Like, what if the idea was to make Baal wait another patch, then what they should have done was just have the main quest line cut off by the time the first quest is done. So basically we never get to see Baal, we never fight her, and in that case then Baal is still, the hype is still there and she is still not revealed. However, now once she is revealed, if she doesn't come out in a short period of time, the hype will very soon be over. Because of course I know a lot of people like Archons, however Genshin's Archon is not exactly in the sense that they are like Herschers from Honkai, who they're definitely broken and their playstyle will definitely attract a lot of people. It's not exactly. In fact, up to the point now, both of the Archons are supports. So if they do not get Baal out very fast as soon as she is revealed, which is today, yesterday or the day before, depending on your time zone, then in this case her hype will be soon over as newer characters come into the scene. Which means in this case, Baal will have to be rated up very soon because she is already revealed. And lastly, a question I did not previously consider, but recently as I was watching similar videos in Chinese, someone did point this out, that if you split 2.1 into 3 banners, then timing works out perfectly instead of splitting into 2 banners, because the one date Genshin has to absolute avoid while putting an Inazuma character rate up is October the 1st, which is Chinese National Day. However, assuming 2.1 starts on September the 1st, which is exactly 6 weeks from the release date of 2.0, if that happens, then the second banner will end a few days before October 1st. So all they had to do was to make sure that the third banner is a non-Inazuman character, and in that case every case will be solved. So with that in mind, then what we can look at is pretty much what I think is at least 80% accurate, the banner orders for 2.1. So the first banner looks like it is going to be Baal. As I've said, she's already announced. They better get her out ASAP while the hype is still there, because if it takes too long, the leaker leaks way too much information, some people might start polling for her here and there. It's better if they get it out early. So what I'm thinking was that Baal's banner will be lasting from September the 1st all the way up to September the 14th. So which leaves September 15th to be the second banner. So the second banner will go from September the 15th to September the 28th, just 2 days ahead of the Chinese National Day, which they can ignore completely because it's all the way up here. There is no need to not rate up Inazuman characters. And I believe for the second one, it will be Kokomi coming on the second one. And then Sarah will be accompanying Kokomi because Baal already has her hype up because she is an Archon. So it makes sense to put Sarah in Kokomi's banner to balance out the 2 banners. So in that case, anyone who pulled on Baal who still wants Kokomi or Sarah are still forced to pull on the second banner as well. Which is exactly what they did before. Ayaka is by herself, Yoimiya, who is newer and does not have as much of a hype, is put together with Sayu. Now of course, they did not expect that Yoimiya ended up having a bigger hype than Ayaka until the leakers pointed out that she is only a single target and then she's kind of dropping down now. So right now, their strategy is going to work in the case that anyone who is pulling on Sayu will be forced to pull on Yoimiya's banner or wait 2 patches, and most people will probably end up pulling on Yoimiya's banner instead. So in this case, Sayu herself is kind of saving Yoimiya's banner from having a very bad results. And of course, the third banner will last him from September the 29th all the way up to October the 12th. So for the third banner, honestly, I don't know who it is going to be. However, one character I'm sure it will most likely not be is going to be Gangyu. Now let me explain. Previously, Gangyu was going to be considered very likely to be rated up because, again, 1.8 or in this case 2.1. Everyone thought it was going to be a heavy Lua focus patch, so it makes sense to up Gangyu. Plus, there was no one to compete with Gangyu in terms of banners, so it makes sense that having Gangyu up to her rerun will increase a lot of sales for MiHoYo. However, right now, Baal is already considered to be rated up next patch, which means Gangyu should not enter the banner anytime soon, because if that happens, or at least anyone knows that Gangyu is entering the banner soon, a lot of people who lost Gangyu during her initial banner and wants to get her during her rerun will try to save up for her rerun instead of for Baal, and that is again decreasing the sales on Baal's banner. So in this case, my guess is that it's gonna be likely either Albedo or Shao. Now of course it probably makes more sense to push Shao here because it's a Leah focused. It still has some Leah focus to it, the patch, so it makes sense to put a Leah character here. But if they don't put Albedo raid up right now, I don't see when's the next time to raid up Albedo. And also the thing is that Albedo is patch 1.2 and Shao is patch 1.3. So unless there is a specific reason, like what they did with Klee, there is no point to switch out the orders. So my guess is going to be at this point they are going to raid up Albedo instead. So my guess is that going to be for patch 2.1, there will be 3 banners in total, each lasting 2 weeks. The first banner will be Baal, the second banner will be Kokomi, followed with Sarah, and the third banner will be Albedo rerun. Now of course that is just personal speculation, however I believe I've tried my best to explain the reasoning why I think these are happening, and hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And the final question I have been asked a lot recently, either on stream or in like comment section, is that when is Hu Tao's rerun going to happen? My guess is going to happen like the patch after that, somewhere near Halloween. So I'm guessing like somewhere near October the 31st. Now of course most people know that Halloween is not celebrated by Chinese people. However, the problem with Hu Tao is that there is quite a bit of Chinese New Year and not Chinese New Year, Chinese holidays and stuff like that closer to the end of the year. So it makes 0 sense to up Hu Tao around that time. So I assume it will be better for them to get Hu Tao over with. And the only holiday related to dead people or deaths or ghosts and stuff like that, the closest holiday is Halloween, because the Chinese version of that is not happening until the Chinese holiday where you visit the grave of your ancestors, you pay your respect. That does not happen until I believe generally March to May. I'm not an expert on that, but it's generally around that time. So it makes 0 sense to wait for Hu Tao's rerun until then. So it might be a good idea for them to just up her near Halloween to get stuff over with. So that is all my predictions. And again, if you already pulled on Ayaka, don't be sad, because there will be a ton of Primogems incoming with patch 1.8 or 2.1 for sure. And also, if you are saving up for your Mia and you are also saving up for Baal, in that case, I would advise you wait until the end of your Mia's banner. Just prep her materials either way and wait for the end of the banner. If she turns out to be Baal, if Baal turns out to be not rated up next patch, by all means pull for Yoimiya. However, if Baal turns out to be rated up next patch, then you have all the Primogems still ready. Now of course, Yoimiya's Ascension material can be used by someone else in the future, so it's not a waste. In that case, I believe that is the most Primogem conservative way to deal with the situation if you're pulling for Yoimiya or Baal. However, if you're pulling for Ayaka or Baal, I would just say wait until the end of Ayaka's banner, see if any news regarding Baal comes up. However, it is unlikely that MiHoYo officially announces anything before like the end of patch 2.0, so we'll have to wait. That is all the information I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. Thank you and have a nice day.